Hey guys, my name is Thana and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to review the 2020 Toyota RAV4 that we have there. But before we go to the video, if you want to save up to 40% on your next insurance renewal policy, go down there and have a look at what we have at Evo Club Insurance. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. So let's get cracking on the 2020 Toyota RAV4. The 2020 Toyota RAV4. Before we get started, we must cover the white elephant in the room. This car is expensive. At 210,000 ringgit, everybody says, Thana, a 210,000 ringgit Toyota. Wow, would you pay for one? Well, what do you think a Lexus is? And I think that's the best way to describe the RAV4. The RAV4 has got two things going against it. The fact it's called the RAV4, and the RAV4 on the earlier platform was smaller. This is, guys, much bigger. Do not be put off by the word RAV4 itself. This is a vehicle that's probably, I would say, bigger than the CR-V. And in fact, in terms of luxury and comforts in the car, it's probably closer to a Lexus than to any of its so-called competition, being the CX-5 and the CR-V. So don't discount it yet, because we are going to see what this car has to offer. So let's get cracking to see the Toyota RAV4. We are living in a vain world, and I think looks matters a lot. And in the looks department, I think we have come to a point that every car out there is going to get looking sharper and beefier, bigger grills, sharper eyes. And that's the trend it is now. So I think trying to find a car that has got the sharpest eyes and beefiest grill doesn't, it's a foolish thing, because you know why? In 5 years, every single car is going to look the same. So in that sense, would you want a car that looks totally defying logic, or a car that looks safe? It's your call. And this, I think, it's a car that sits in the middle ground. The look is, yeah, it's modern. It has got the modern look to it. It's got that nice sharp eyes there. It's got the beefy grills. It's got a grill that looks like it's carved out of stone, but it's actually plastic, obviously, because no one makes a grill out of stone. It's okay, it's nice, it's beefy, it's very square and chunky. It gives you a very monster look to it. This is not a sexy car. The CX-5 is sexy. This is more monstrous and chunky. And it does have its appeal. Even its fender flares, if you see there, it's more squared off, it's more chunky. It's not trying to be sporty in whatsoever fashion. It's saying that, look here, I've got presence. Even the height itself, if you get inside the car, you'll notice that it's got much more headroom than the CR-V. And I think that is the appeal. This isn't a car that you get because you want to be standing out. You want a car that looks good enough. It looks modern, it looks good, but you don't want a car that shouts out, screams and say like, look here, I've got the best, newest car out there that looks fantastically outrageous. No, this is a Toyota. This is more of a Lexus feel to it. It's saying that, look here, I'm sensible, I drive a Toyota, but you know what? I drive a Toyota that's reliable. And it's quite interesting to see how this compares to Corolla, which I'll do a review in my next video. And I've got nothing else to talk about the exterior actually, except it's okay, it's fine. It's got all the things going for it. It's got the spoilers, it's got nice 3D image, 3D looking kind of headlight in the back there. You've got kinks in the back. You've got every single feature you could ask for. You could have the that plastic fender flares, you know. The tires are decent enough. If you see there, you know, the bottom part which got the for the mud covers, so that if you get mud in them, it guards you. There is the lip here. If you go into kind of a heavy rainstorm, the water doesn't get in. So yeah, it's very functional. Whatever I could ask of a more SUV type vehicle to go a little off-road, I think this has got it. So not the best looking car out there. Yes, not the best looking car out there, but not the worst looking car also. It's got its features that will last probably the next 10 years. And I think that's more important, because the cars that look very period correct, the car that looks 2020, those cars will actually lose appeal faster than cars that look like this. In 5 years, this car will look the same, it have the same appeal that it has right now. And I think that is what Toyota is all about. So enough about the exterior. Let's go inside to see what we have inside that is worth 210,000 ringgit. Let's have a look. So heading in. Now, first and foremost, look at the doors here. The doors, Toyota quality. If you think Mercedes makes good German cars, Toyota makes excellent Japanese cars. This is probably the best you can find for your money. Very quiet. You saw that? The car starts up and it's extremely quiet. The doors, look at this. The way they shut, the sound it makes. And I know the sound is all relative, because why, you can make them as thumping sound as you want, because these are car manufacturers, you know. They can put stuff in the door, but you know what? The feel you get, you close the door like this. I welcome that, you know. It's fantastic. Let's start with the interior of the RAV4. So as you would expect from a car of this range, it has got a push start button. So again, as normal, press the brake, press this, and the car comes to life. And that, my dear friend, is the display you get. RAV4, it welcomes you, you know. And you got a centimeter over here. It's a bit bright there. So what happens is, in the center there is a square LCD. On the left and right, it's manual analog kind of a dials, which is not bad, you know, not a bad thing. Over here, you've got this system to display your information. It's got things like your latest kmh, it's got km liter, your fuel consumption, your range, your menu system over here for audio, phone. Let me just lower the air conditioning, your apps, your CarPlay as well as Android Auto, audio, information about your last drive, track channel, all that stuff is there. And I think the only thing I want to bring across here is this, you know. A lot of car manufacturers try to integrate the system into the car itself somewhere here, and the problem with that is you can't upgrade the player, because you're going to buy the car's going to be with you for 5 years, 7 years. And if you're buying a player which is fixed for life, you are having an issue off the bat. And with the Toyota, although this looks integrated, this actually is a double DIN size. So I believe there is a mounting for this, and you can easily put any player of choice into here. So it's integrated, but yet also customizable, which is a good thing. Quite nice. Let's talk about some of the features that you get in this vehicle. So as normal, you've got a steering over here. This is your cruise control selection, resume, whether to plus or minus the speed. This is for collision warning, if you see there. This is for lane keep assist. This is for your radar cruise active. So yes, it does have radar cruise active. The modes all here. So if you press the mode button here and I go on top there, you've got AM, FM, Bluetooth audio. So this is your mode for your audio system. As you can see there, it goes to AM, FM, you know. This is the mode button, and this is obviously for next track and backtrack. Over here, this is the to exit out a menu, and I believe if I press here, it goes to your dial, your dialing features. This for dialing and menu, and again, this for you to navigate left, right, you know. And as you press this, what you get is this will move. So if you got things like, let me just bring it closer for you. Okay, here we are. I hope you can see that. Okay, so you've got at the bottom there, if you see, if it comes out, okay, first of all, you've got your, it's a picture of a car there. It tells you your trip time, your audio. This tells you your cruise control. This is your eco friendliness and error messages, and this is your car setting. And if you scroll here, let me just go to vehicle settings here. So what can we play with? Okay, language, units, the meter you have. So the meter that you have to analog or digital. So I believe currently it's an analog mode, whereby this is what you get. When you go to digital, you get more of this meter. So this meter is quite nice because if you see here, this is the analog part and this is the digital part. So this digital meter continues on with the analog meter, and it's more seamless. I think it's quite nice. Eco indicator on or off, it tells you whether you are in an eco state, if you're driving in a good manner. Let me see here, what else we have. You have your audio setting, on or off, audio tab. Okay, so go back. Okay, so these are the tabs you see there. So you got eco, you got your car settings. So these tabs is what that appears at the bottom there. Pop display. So it pops up to tell you that the phone or audio operation or volume operations are on. So go back. Okay, let's go back here again. And you have all this lane keep assist. This is your lane departure warning, your collision warning. This is for blind spot monitoring, your parking assist, RCTA. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, we go back again. And you get all the menu here. So in terms of menu wise, see now they are in a different setting there. Within menu wise, do I think this is the best menu in the world? Don't think so. But you know what, it's a Toyota. They're not meant to excite. It's meant to be workable, it's pleasant enough, and I guess it's functional, you know. And that's a theme I get across the vehicle. Think about this interior here. I mean, this interior here punches way above its price point. At 200,000 ringgit over here, what you get is leather all around. These are extremely soft materials. If you see here my finger and I try to press in, you can see that. Okay, I hope you can see this, but that's how soft the materials are. They are very soft materials, even here. Okay, these are hard and these are soft. Hard, soft, hard, soft. Aluminum bits over there, aluminum looking bits. Okay, so Toyota has done a good job in terms of mixing and matching all the materials here. I know some reviewers call on this button there. This button, if you see here, I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't show on video. That's the thing, and I'm trying to show this on video in this particular segment here. This is my fingernail. Try to see my fingernail here and see what happens. Or maybe I get a stick. Let me get a stick. My specs, for example. Okay, okay. Look at this. I want you to just look at this. How it goes in. Can you see how it goes in? I hope it comes out. But the point I'm trying to make this is that this is a very soft rubbery material, you know, and if I were to just put my fingernail there, as you can see, it's there for a while. Okay, then it goes off. But the point is, this is a very soft material, very, very soft, you know. The same material that you get, I believe, here. You know, it's a very soft material. I'm surprised. These are materials that you probably find in things like I don't know, things that you want to have a grip on, extremely good grip on, like a racket, you know, like a holding a weapon racket. And this is the grip material there. The grip, once it goes here, it's very grippy, and even here it's very grippy. So to me, this is something new. I never seen this kind of dowels in a car before, but yeah, this is there. And this is where I think some reviewers say this is a bit loose or soft. I don't think it's loose. I think it's a different choice of material. That's all there is to it. Okay. Control in this car over here, you got dual. I was thinking, what is dual? Oh, this is what it means is, if you press on dual, it allows for dual climate. So on dual mode, if you can see here, I can make this to be a different temperature than this side. When I off the dual, let's say I'm now in low. If I off the dual, this will default back to what the driver has. Okay, this is for the rear defrosting, front defrosting, eco to be eco mode. Okay, this is your fan, and these are for the way it's being directed, the wind at least circulation, and again to off or on the front. Okay, these buttons over here. Okay, I hope it comes through, but they're very solid. Okay, and the best feature among any other feature. I mean, of all the car features that's there here now, the best feature in this car is this: ventilated seats. Yes, my dear friend, this, like a Lexus, has got ventilated seats, which I'm a fan of. You know, if I could buy these seats, I'll buy them. If it's even 5,000 ringgit, I will consider getting them because they're that comfortable. You're in a hot day, you get in your car, you on your seats that are ventilated, and it's so cool. You know, your bum feels extremely fresh. Okay, moving along with your gear knobs over here. The gear knob here, it's short and stumpy, and it's very solid. You can see here, it's very solid. You know, the sound it makes even when you go and play with this gear knob, it's very solid. You know, and across the car itself, they've used different materials, such as over here. There's a brown accent here and a brown accent there. So brown, and a bit of brown there, which is kind of a welcome, because if you get all black, it's not quite interesting. You put a bit of brown here and there, it does make it different. And you got these things over here. These are like, I don't know, hexagon or whatever it is. Some lines there, and they are here, here, and here, and also inside there. So to break up the monotony of the design itself, quite nice. Over here, you got a wireless charging. So if you've got a phone which has got wireless charging, all you do is pop it in there, and as you can see, it comes through. Yep, it will charge. You know, and the good thing about this is not okay. I'll show you this again. So just listen carefully to the sound it makes when you put in here. You hear that? Okay, there is a motor which detects whether there is a device there, and based on that, it will raise the key charging platform up to the surface, so it will charge the area instead of being on all the while. Pretty interesting. Again, with the interior over here, your door bins, they're quite nice. They are small because they can only fit one 500 ml. I wish they were bigger, but it's fine, it's sufficient. You know, you got interesting looking kind of covers for your speakers. I wish they were metal though, but yeah, interesting features. This design here follows through around the car. If you see here, that design there, that is what you get over here. Okay, buttons. Well, here you have got your touch and go slot. Put your touch and go, and it becomes a smart tag automatically. This is for your rear boot. This is for your 360 camera. Press this button, and you get your 360 camera over here. This camera isn't the sharpest, but it does get the job done. It's a play button, so it kind of goes around the car, and I think if you press this, it tells you, for example, from your car base itself, how it looks. So again, one is from up above, okay, and one is looking at from your car. This is to check your surrounding before you leave. Interesting. Okay. Setting, you can set the car's color. I can make it either white, gray. Let's make it blue because this is a blue car. So if I go back again, I see a blue car to match this. So okay, one thing I do like about the RAV4 is this. Now, even the BMW, when you were to off the car, again, let me just put on my seat belt here. 1 second, guys. Okay, if you were to drive again, for example, okay, so all cars, for example, now if this is on P, okay, and I put it to D, okay, so that, and I put it to D, immediately the parking brake goes off. Again, let me show you this. Okay, the car is now the parking brake is on P, and the over here the door is unlocked. As you can see, it's unlocked. Okay, the moment I actually press my brake, put to D, so that it automatically locks over and automatically removes the parking brake, which I think is pretty good. You know, not many cars do that. Lock immediately as you put a D, and once you go, okay, and you're driving, yep, you're driving now, and let's say I stop here. Okay, I'm going to stop here now. As I stop, okay, the moment I put to parking, see how it automatically puts on the parking brake. Even on some lower end Audis and BMWs, it doesn't do that. Here it automatically does that. But the one thing is, it automatically unlocks the car also, which I don't understand why it does that. So I'm sure the settings there, or you can mod it. But these are things which seems very seamless. So you put the car in parking, and you take out your seatbelt, and you off, and you get out of the car. You know, that easy. You know, again, press a button, it locks, and you move away. The key in the car itself, you forget about the keys there, and that's part of the appeal. I think it's a very matured car compared to even its rivals and even other continental cars, because some cars don't do all that shit. If you come in the back here, this space is quite interesting because I think the RAV4 excels in its boot space. If you see here, that's a very big boot space. So if you got your emergency kit there, let's put it aside, okay? And if you lift this up, okay, this piece here actually doubles up. So you could actually put it this way, okay? This way here, whereby this becomes more of an anti-scratch surface, which is similar design to what we have in the front there. Or you can put it the other way around, where it's more of this carpet type material. So either way, yes, it's pretty well thought of. Again, very flat surface for you to put your stuff in and out. Very nice. Tunnel cover, it's over here, and you can see you can pull out with one hand. You can cover this out. The tunnel cover, does it go in the back? Let's see. I think it does. See, there's a notch there. Okay. These tires again, temporarily only. These are, they're not a full size tire. They are, yeah. Okay, they are temporary tires. But I guess good enough to get the job done. Over here, you got some hooks, which look very strong. Some bubble there for you. Nothing here. Maybe inside. Let's see again. Oh yeah, I think there's a tire repair kit here. Let's try to open this. This, although it looks big and heavy, is actually quite light. You can see I can move it with one hand. Okay, let's see how to open this. Oh yeah, it pops out, and this is your tire inflator. So, okay, very nice. Not sure what that is. Yeah, very big usable space, very functional. Got some lights here for you. So overall, if you want a big SUV, a big boot SUV, this is pretty much it. You know, I don't think there are many SUVs that are luxurious and premium looking with that much of boot space in the back. Let's see the back space. Yeah, so compared to the CR-V and the CX-5, hell yeah, it's got so much more space up here and up here. You see, this is my hand here. Okay, so much more space. Okay, even the center, you know, some might say, oh look here, the seats are not quite attractive in the bottom, because you know what, it's kind of flat, but this flatness is what allows you to be able to have someone sit in the center without an issue. Because once it's kind of bulged out too much, you would find that it's not comfortable to sit in the center space. Let's see if it angles out. Okay, so again, I'm doing this with you the first time again. Oh yeah, it does. So you've got this position, it's more upright, and if you want, you can go much more further down. So overall, the back, overall the back, quite comfortable. What I would do differently though is that if you see here, the bulbs here are kind of this orange bulbs. I would just pop in a white LED just to make it a little more nicer inside. But other than that, I think it's big, it's spacious, very spacious. I mean, look at that. Look at my leg here. Even with me trying to go all the way, for me to hit the front seat, I've got to sit like this. That's the only way my leg will hit the front. Extremely spacious. Okay, so in conclusion, what do I think about the RAV4? The only problem with this is the price. You know, if you forget the price and the price was much cheaper, I think it's a no-brainer. The RAV4 is definitely the better choice among the three. But even with this price tag of 210, think about this. It's a 2.5 liter, 8-speed automatic gearbox. It has got much bigger boot, much bigger back seating capacity. It's got much, I would say, timeless exterior, because this will look good now or in the year 2025. It's got extremely good interior, you know, and the best feature of lot, it has ventilated seats for both your wife and yourself. So take all that into account. I think it deserves the $210,000 asking for. I think it's a good value, and the fact it's a Toyota just makes me feel a bit more secure sleeping at night that I bought Toyota and not Hyundai, you know. And again, I think the ultimate choice is this: every car has got its market, because not everybody wants to buy a Hyundai or a Mazda or a Honda because of just the brand itself. People are now more smart. They're buying a vehicle not for the brand name, but for what the value brings. And the value that this has is just that: size, practicality, comfort, and the knowing that it has a more safe approach to its technology. You know, because the more electronics you have, the more gadgetry that's in a particular vehicle, the more you're prone to have issues. And this has got the right balance, I believe, to be something that will look good as a Harrier did 20 years ago and a Harrier does now today. The same way, this RAV4 will look good today and will look good in 20 years to come. That's how I see the RAV4. What do you think? I want to hear your comments. As usual, guys, go out there and have a little more fun. Ciao, guys.